we got pretty close to their measurement, or guesstimate, but we had to take 5/8 off each of these, so I did the other one already, but. I figure out which one 5/8 is again. That's the one. Alright. Alright. That's that. So I got that receiver tacked onto that lower hitch plate here now. So basically this side's got to come up a tiny bit. It's kind of hanging there just because of the slots there that we had to basically grind out. Whatever else, that one's a little sloppy now. This one hangs down. I don't have the bolts in it yet because I need a new annular cutter and I haven't grabbed one yet before I can poke the holes in the frame. So they're still just sitting under loose. We're gonna jack this sucker up. Just realizing I thought I had cleaned it all. I guess I didn't clean that. I thought I cleaned it where it's gonna weld on there, but I guess not. Oh well, we can do that after. So let's get her up in there and see what happens. Those are going to be right tight there. It'll be about 3/30 seconds gap there or so, about like that. Nice and tight on the front. Go back there a little bit. Kind of like that. Throw a clamp on them ones. Perfect. Gap is perfect now on that one. I don't have any Bessie clamps. I would like to get some, but I can't justify paying what they want for them things, so won't be happening anytime soon. Alright. Seven 16. Half inch. Go to the right a little bit. 9/16. Half inch. Half inch. So not that this matters right now, but I want to make sure it's centered on this, on the hitch plate. And it is, so I guess we'll go like this too. $15 and 7/16 either way. Okay, that's up nice and tight. I'm just gonna get a square on the back side of it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, we're gonna tack that on. Throw a few tacks on the back side. And that's that. Alright, so like I said, until I get any other cutter, I bought a carbide tipped one last time. It lasted 22 holes and just threw mild steel. So it was a Fiend or Fane or however you say it. Place not too far from here has some Milwaukee ones, carbide tipped ones. So we're gonna try those next. They better be better. So this piece was supposed to be 34 inches wide. For some reason it's 32 and 5/8 or so. I know on the template it said 34 and the template itself was 34. So I don't know what happened there, but not a big deal I suppose, other than we're gonna have a bunch of gap to fill. But nothing we can't handle, so. That's good there. That's good there. under tack under there, so. Alright. Couple more. Okay, and that's all tacked underneath. This thing's centered in there. Pick that up before I die. Well, there. Okay. All good there. Alright, so that hitch is all tacked up now, top and bottom. So what we can do is, I just got those temporarily bolted on there with some 1/2-inch bolts. So I think we're gonna poke all them other holes with the mag drill. And then once that's done, we'll pull the side plates back off, flip that hitch over, weld it, and then basically we're ready to bolt everything back together and weld the hitch plate onto the 2 shear plates and the shear plates onto the back hitch plate. So that's what we're gonna do. Perfect. Looks like it's gonna work, so that's good. I'm not using my little safety strap, so I'm gonna be pretty ginger, you know, pretty gentle around this cord here, but see if I can get some actually in the hole this time. It's working a lot better than I thought it was gonna, so that's good. I thought for sure this cutter was no good already, but I got a clamp on that, it's pushing away. That ain't gonna fly, is it? We'll try that. So I got all but one hole drilled in the frame. I couldn't get at the one, so I'll probably end up doing it by hand, but not a big deal. Or I'll pull the wheels off this side. Just the way it was sitting, I couldn't get it, so But yeah, so that upper hitch plate is all tacked up. We're gonna flip it over and weld the underside. Then we'll flip it back over and bolt our side plates on for the last time. Before I do flip it back over though, I got some of that weld through primer. Basically you can't, right in here on the back side and underside, once we throw it up there, you're not gonna be able to paint that or anything. So and we gotta be able to weld in there. So got some of this stuff, so it's a weld through zinc primer. It's supposed to work pretty good, so I ordered it off Amazon. It's supposed to come black. It came gray, so that's handy, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So watch me struggle with this plate here and we'll get her flipped over. Not sure what the best way of doing this is, but it's nice and light too, you know. Like I said, probably overkill, but that's how we do things. Alright. There we go. So, not too shabby. Yeah, the way you designed it, it doesn't need to have all kinds of welds on it. You know, because it all kind of tabs and slots together. That's where a lot of your strength comes from, so welds are more or less just to hold it there. I mean, to a point, but yeah, so we're gonna weld some on there. You know, we'll do a few stitches on the underside there, and then on the top, those things where they poke through, they'll be welded all the way around there. So basically we'll go around and weld all these solid now, and then do a few more stitches, and then yeah, but we'll get on her. So we get the hitch all welded on the bottom side. I flipped her back down, and we got this plate bolted on so far. Still got to ream those 3 holes, so we'll do that yet. But this one's on, spring hanger's back on. So we're gonna throw the other side back on here and bolt it up, and then we'll center that hitch plate and we'll start welding. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. So I did put that I'm not sure if you can see that, but I did paint the underside of that with that weld through primer there, so we'll see how that works. Hopefully it welds fairly decent. I've never used it before, but thought it would be a good idea to have something in there. So we got her all bolted on and we started tacking, so this hitch ain't coming off anymore. She's ready. So they're tacked, her ends are welded, so we're gonna weld that sucker in there, and yeah, it's not coming off anymore. So weld all the way around that and around those ends poking out, and then we'll come and weld the back hitch all the way down. And yeah, that lower plate gotta get welded on all the way around also, so that's what we're doing. Alright, let's keep going. So we got her all welded. Everything's welded up now. Got that welded all the way around. Got them welded up. So it's welded quite a bit better on the bottom. The top doesn't really need to. Really, I could probably put 3 or 4 1-inch welds, stitch welds on there, and that thing isn't going anywhere because the side plates are holding it. So it's more or less just to look like she's solid. So anyways, hitch plate's all welded on. Bought myself a new light here so I could see something, but she's all welded all the way around. Receiver's welded in. Yeah, so that's that. There's that light there. So basically, next step, I threw that head up there. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do to mount that yet. I think I'm going to use some frame rail that I got laying out there and cut it, you know, a piece down and over. Just kind of 2 side plates bolted in with 4 or 5 bolts, and then, but that's what's next. So that thing is sitting fairly high, but it came out of my 21 Silverado dually, and it was sitting at 53 inches so that my trailer would clear the sides of the box, and my trailer was sitting level. So this thing is sitting exactly at 53 inches where it is, so I kind of lucked out that way, because when I first threw it up there I thought, holy crap, that's tall. But yeah, we'll be able to make that work. I was going to put all kinds of adjustment, but I don't think you're going to need to be any higher than that, so I still will. I'll drill 4 holes per side, and then you can lift her up 1.5 inches at a time or whatever it ends up being if you need to. But I think other than a 5th wheel camper, most guys are going to use the gooseneck anyways, so not a huge deal. Yeah, like I was talking earlier, I did make a steel list for this, so that's what's next after we get this hitch mounted up. Yeah, we're gonna build a couple of rails for a subframe, and then a nice headache rack with some chain hangers and stuff on it, and some little buckets down below for the chains to hang into, and then just a walking deck. I was looking for some of that aluminum extruded decking, the super grippy stuff with the holes in it, but you can't find it anywhere anymore. We used to use that stuff all the time, but nobody seems to have it, and the places I did find with it, it's gonna be about $2,000 to do that little deck. So I found some non-slip composite decking. I think I'm gonna try that. I think it'll look pretty cool, and it's kind of a darker color too, so I don't know, we'll try that. If we don't like it, we'd always peel it out. It's not gonna cost too much, so peel it out and put that other shit if we have to. So cool, that's what we're gonna do. I was throwing these up there for safekeeping in case anybody wanted them. Then I got an idea in my head. Why are we not using these? I thought these things were a little more complicated. They're not. That's literally all they do. There's I think it's a 5/8 hole in there already. So we're gonna end up pulling those off, drilling 2 more holes, and putting 4 5/8 bolts on either side, and using those side plates, because I was gonna build some out of some truck frame, and I thought, I don't really like that idea. And then I was gonna buy some 4x6 angle 1/2 inch thick, and it was gonna be $200 for 2 20-inch pieces. So we have these and they're free. We're gonna use these. So that's the plan. We'll get on, take it on apart and drill some holes in them. We're gonna get on pulling these. I remember you gotta assemble all this when you buy the hitch. And I remember doing it thinking that's it, and then yeah, never really thought of it after that. You actually set this castle nut here to set your tension. So basically you want it to be tight, but not crazy tight when you're locking them in. And I remember one of them, it was either way too tight or way too loose, and I wasn't too impressed with this whole setup. But okay, so now I see that could be an issue, but problem solved. We'll just stick that sucker in there this way and tighten her down. We'll put 2 more in there. That'll work. Now I wonder if that's a 5/8. Let me grab a bolt. And it is. So yeah, that'll work out perfect. Poke that in. We're actually going to thread that 5/8 plate that these are bolting to. So then I'm going to poke 2 more in there. And that's how we're gonna do. I think it'll work out perfect. It sure beats building something. I mean, I already got them. They're paid for, and they'll fit on the hitch perfectly. So, yeah. So, pull that sucker off. Perfect. Yeah, that'll work out awesome. So, use those two as spacers. Or, not really spacers, but whatever. You get the idea. So, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna pull the rest of the other one apart, and then we're gonna get drilling some holes in. Okay, so we're gonna mark some holes here. There's 13 inches between these. I'm just gonna measure in 4 inches from either side, and should have like, I don't know, 4 and 11/16 between them or something. So not a huge deal. Well, there's actually a foot between them, so if we go 4 in and 4 in, yeah, good enough. That'll be, yeah. That's what I'm doing. Whether it's smart or not, I don't know, but. That's 2 1/4, so 1 1/8 in. That's that. Got you guys propped up here. Hopefully this doesn't shake you too much, but probably a little. Get a clamp to throw on there, just in case. Off and do the next one. Yeah, this is a lot easier than building something. I'm glad I come to the realization we could use these things, because Otherwise it's a waste too, right? Alright, we're gonna bolt this thing together. So this is kind of a stupid ass design. They got threaded holes in here, and then how does that go now? I got a nylock nut and a lock washer. I don't have it on here proper, but so basically you put it through here with a lock washer and a washer. You torque that up, and then you get on the back there with the nylock as kind of a jam nut. So hey, it's not the worst design I've ever seen, but it's kind of, I don't know. Your bolts more or less just hold it together anyways. They got some, I'll show you here in a sec, but they got dowel pins on the back. So basically these dowels poke into them holes, and then you get the threaded holes just to hold everything together. So hey, that's not gonna work. Shit. Well, I was hoping the thing would sit all the way down, but it's not gonna. So now, it's only 3/4 of an inch. Hopefully it's fine. I think I can lift my pin box in my trailer a little bit yet. 3/4 of an inch ain't the end of the world. That's what we're doing. So I guess we'll have to deal with it. It would have been nice if this thing sat all the way down, but can't have it both ways, I suppose. And I'm gonna grab a torque wrench. I believe that's an M12 bolt, 10.9. Jeez, 143 foot-pounds. That seems like a lot. I'm gonna look up the bolt on the Kurt because maybe that's only a 10, but she looks like a 12. Yeah, now I'm just rambling, but I'm gonna look it up anyways. Yeah, I know how to hook up a trailer. I want the torque specs. Oh. They call them a M14 bolt, and they're saying 100 foot-pounds. I figured it was close to a 1/2 inch bolt, and that's 90 foot-pounds, so. Yeah. So they're an M14, 10.9, and they're only wanting them 100 foot-pounds. Well, funny how people do things different. But I guess that's right in the manual for this hitch, so I guess 100 foot-pounds is, it is. You can barely get on the thing anyways. Yeah, maybe I'll flip it down. Where's my jam nut? I don't think that's right. There's an M14 bolt there. Those aren't M14. This manual is terrible. Nah, they're calling that M14. 4 of them. That's where they go. Alright, well. That's what they're saying, so. Alright. I guess we're just doing her. Go to 100. I was watching a guy, can't remember what his name is on YouTube. He's rebuilding the 120 EX120 Hitachi excavator, and he's doing the engine on it. He's using this like he's doing everything good, but he's using this torque wrench. He's just reefing on the thing, like he's not getting that accurate torque. But I don't know. I should comment, but I don't like criticism, so I don't like criticizing others either. I just makes me cringe every time I watch it. You gotta be smooth with the thing. Even to get it up to torque, he's just jerking on it, because it's on an engine stand that's moving around, but prop it up against something or something. I don't know. It just, yeah. I'm one of them guys that I'll explain something to you, and then I'll watch you do it. If you don't do it right, I just do it for you, because I can't stand to, yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't be like that, but I am. I am not getting my torque wrench in there, so I guess they're getting done by hand. Just a jam nut anyway, so not a big deal. You probably can't see anything there. Yeah, probably not. Probably nothing more painful than watching me turn this nut on a third of a turn at a time with an open end wrench. But I guess. Click. It's tight. Alright, I'm gonna do the other side. There's nothing interesting here, so we'll come back when we're drilling holes on that hitch plate. Alright, I forgot to hit record. We had the hitch thrown up there. Marked out our 8 holes, 4 per side. Gonna center punch them, and we're gonna get them drilled and tapped. So let's go on it. Alright, get the mag drill out here. I need 13 point whatever millimeters. I got a 13 mil annular cutter. We're gonna drill it with this. I'm gonna try and tap it. If they won't go, I'll just get a twist drill and chase them. It's like, oh, it's so close, it's not even funny. But I don't know if it'll go or not. We're gonna try. Yeah, we're tapping it out 5/8 11. So yeah. Alright, so this is how I'm getting it started. I got it in the mag drill, and just to keep it straight. And I'm just starting with that, and then basically I got that one started. Undo the mag drill, lift that sucker off of it, and get it out of the way. No, I don't have my tap and die shit here, so it's the old crescent wrench. And now at least we know it's nice and straight. And just get them tapped out. Alright, I'm not gonna make you watch that. It's boring, and yeah, so we'll come back. All right, so we got her on there and mounted. I just got it with 4 bolts for right now. I don't have anything short enough to go in those holes, because you know, I'm going through a 1/4 inch and then you're into the threads, so I need something without a shoulder on it. So, but 4 bolts is more than sufficient to hold this thing. So we're gonna take it out and hook it up to the 5th wheel and make sure it's the right height and everything. I'm hoping it is, because I can't go down anymore. I can go up, but I can't go down. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try that out, and then next thing is building this walk-in deck and headache rack, put some toolbox on it, and then some sort of fenders. I don't know if I'm gonna do the minimizer fenders or if I'm gonna build something. I kind of like to build something, but I don't know. By the time I build something, I could probably buy a set of minimizer fenders. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, all right, let's go hook this thing up. So we're gonna try and hook this thing up, but it doesn't have a battery in it. So let's throw a battery in it. Need a battery in it so I can lift the jacks. It's actually set up for a couple of 4D equipment batteries, but we don't have any of them right now, so I don't know if that'll work, but we'll try it. Got these electric jacks. They're nice, but I don't have the key. I go get the key. All right, we're back with the key. Gotta lock everything up around here nowadays. Never used to have to, but if it ain't bolted down, they steal it. Hey, you see how this goes? Hopefully there's enough juice in that battery. I just charged it, but he's awful cold. Hitch, or the last truck I towed this with had one of them sliding hitch pieces of shit. It was the worst thing ever known to man. So it's got this capture plate on it. I have to pull this off first. It's real fun because the set screw broke. So that's awesome. Okay, got the stupid set screw out. Let's see if we can get this thing off. God, I hate that thing. That's a capture plate, so the whole head of the 5th wheel spins and moves back. I can't remember what them stupid things are called. I had one. A $3,000 pile of shit is all it was. Gonna throw that on there. would be a lot easier if there was no snow, as you can see. All right, that should go. Let's try it. Pulling jacks up, and we'll see what happens. Well, guys, we got her all hooked up, but as you can see, it's snowy and sheer ice underneath because it rained before it snowed last time, or kind of slushied. So yeah, unfortunately, and it's kind of parked on a hill here. We're not pulling it out today. I'm by myself. I got the tractor, I could pull it out, but I have to get it back here. If I don't have anybody to push on the front, we'll be up shit creek if I get her stuck in the middle of the road here. So it kind of sucks, but we did what we wanted to do. We got her hooked up. Yeah, it's fairly level there, so that's a good sign. I mean, the back of the trailer is down in a hill a little bit, and it's poking down that way, so I think we're gonna be damn close to level here. So everything seems to work out okay. I'm hoping I can unhook and get it out of here. Probably have to yard it forward, but that's not a huge deal. So yeah, that's what we got. And yeah, proof of concept, I guess. It all worked out. Yeah, be a pretty slick setup when it's done. So yeah, next thing's fenders and walking deck and a headache rack, and then she's done, other than a few little repairs and some box liner and shit to go on the front there. But yeah, that'll do it for this one.